Hi, my name is Kendall Hoyt. Welcome to my 400 square foot Brooklyn apartment. This year, I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to have my very own apartment. I moved in just over a month ago, so things are still slowly but surely coming together. One of the most exciting parts about moving into this apartment was deciding how I wanted to decorate the space. This building is pre-war and has a lot of natural character. Parquet floors, original crown molding. So when I was deciding how I wanted to decorate this space, I knew I really wanted to maximize its natural charm. This feels like my first real adult apartment, so I have spared no expense. I invested in high quality items that I know will last me a long time. If there's anything that is linkable, I will have it below in the description. When creating my mood board on how I wanted to decorate this space, I knew I wanted it to be a little moody yet still bright. I love everything medieval, Renaissance, fantasy, so I tried to incorporate that influence throughout the apartment. I want to feel like I'm vaguely living in Game of Thrones and I'm a princess of this castle. Without further ado, let's tour this apartment. As you enter my apartment, the first room on your right, I turned into my living room. A lot of people have been surprised to see that I made the smaller of the rooms my living room, but there were two reasons that led me to this decision. The first being I live on a pretty busy road, and the previous tenants mentioned that this room was louder, so I think I'd prefer to sleep in the other room. And as a content creator, I need a lot of light and space to film, so that's why I chose the other room. Though this room still gets great light, this window is very big. I really love the look of a dark red rug, so I found this one off of Facebook Marketplace. It fits perfectly. And to keep the space as open as possible, I got a neutral couch that matches the walls. I feel like visually this doesn't crowd the room. Of course, we hate the big light in this household, so I got this little standing lamp, which I love for reading at night. When I initially moved in, I had ordered another couch that actually couldn't fit through the tiny New York City hallway. So this couch is modular. It came in a couple of boxes, so I was able to get it in. Something to keep in mind if you live in a tight space. I've only had it for a week, but it's very comfortable so far. The coffee table and the credenza are from West Elm, and I love how they play into the different colors of the parquet floors. And I've started to accumulate some decor pieces to put around the TV, which I love. Living in New York City with all my personal belongings, storage is definitely a struggle. So any piece of furniture, I want it to be dual purpose for me to be able to store things in it. And in the corner of my room, I have my standing rack, which actually fits pretty perfectly there. This was from my previous room, but again, I need as much storage as I can get, especially a girl with a clothing addiction like me. So it fits perfectly there. I store my shoes and a bunch of my hanging items on it. Also, since this room has a door, when the door is set open, it actually hides the standing rack, so it's not as much of an eyesore as you might think. Across from the living room is the only closet in this apartment, and it is very, very teeny tiny. It only has a rack, so the only thing I can really put in there is clothes. I also shoved my suitcase in there as well as the vacuum. So any of my larger items that I want hidden out of plain sight, I put in the closet. The next room, as you continue down the hall, is the bathroom. Out of all the rooms, I think the bathroom was the hardest to decorate. There's only so much you can do with what's already in there, and the setup is also super tight, so there's not much wiggle room. I'm sort of going for dark, earthy, floral tones in the bathroom. I got the shower curtain from Urban Outfitters years ago. Toilet paper stand, the trash can, and the hooks on the wall are from Anthropologie. My dad came down for a weekend and helped me install a few of these heavy-duty things like the hooks, and they have made such a difference for storage. In these tighter spaces, you have to get a little bit creative. So where can you put things on walls? How can you stack things vertically? So even something as simple as this toilet paper stand provides storage for that toilet paper. The hooks I got from Anthropologie sort of perfectly match the tile, and I love how it pulls in these silver elements that I've been sprinkling throughout the apartment. Though the bathroom is small, she is mighty, and I love how it's coming together. Next up, the kitchen. The kitchen is my happy place. I love to cook, I love to bake, I love to eat. I even love to wash dishes, which I know sounds actually crazy, but I find it to be so zen and peaceful. I just love to be in the kitchen doing something with my hands, creating things. It's really fun. So the kitchen was a very important room for me. By New York standards, this is a big kitchen, but it is skinny and long, so I had to be thoughtful about how I was decorating. Of course, no dishwasher, but I do have a full-sized fridge and a full-size oven, so I couldn't ask for anything more. I've long loved the look of an antique table with mismatching chairs, so I attempted my own version of that. I got this antique table off of Facebook Marketplace, and these black chairs are from Urban Outfitters. As a single girl, I don't need a full dining table. At most, I have one other person here with me, so this little table is really all I need, and it's perfect for me to enjoy my coffee, my meals. I love it. To the left of the table, I wanted to create a little coffee nook. I'm a huge coffee drinker, but things went a little astray here. If there's one tip I can give you if you're moving into a new apartment, is to maybe wait before you buy furniture. I was a little overzealous with purchasing, and this piece doesn't quite fit my space. This original hutch I bought again from Urban Outfitters, it's much too orange. This is a very cool toned room, so it's great for storing things, but the color just wasn't doing it for me, so I put a tablecloth on top. To top it all off, during the move, one of the legs broke. So this is certainly a piece of the room that will eventually need to be replaced, but for now we're working with it. And on top, I have a few medieval chalices, some lavender, my candles, getting a little witchy in here. The hanging rack above the oven is from the previous tenants, but it works perfectly to store my pots and pans. Even though this is a decent sized kitchen for New York, I still need to be creative with my storage. So for example, I have a knife magnet on the side of my fridge, which truly I love, and I don't think I'll ever be going back. I always know where my knives are, where my scissors are, and feel safe there. I also got this hook rack from Anthropologie. I put my grocery bags here, my keys, my frequently worn sweaters, and I did ball out on a bougie trash can. I want this apartment to feel expensive, so no more plastic trash cans. I'm super lucky to have a huge window in the kitchen as well, which means a lot because I love natural light, but I did want some extra privacy while still getting that light, so I bought these shorter curtains just to put halfway up the window. This way I get my privacy but still get plenty of light. I love this room. I love having an entire fridge to myself. It's great. I really can't complain. And last but certainly not least, my bedroom. This room is absolutely stunning. It's very big, has 3 windows. The wall details, again, impeccable. I ordered custom blinds to fit the width and the length of these windows that my dad helped me install, and I feel like they really elevate the space. Not only are they great for blocking out the light, but I also find that they absorb quite a bit of sound. Like I mentioned earlier, living on a busy street, I want my room to be as quiet as possible when I'm sleeping, and these made a huge difference. I placed my bed towards the center of my room, right where this little bump out occurs in the wall. My full-size bed fits perfectly there. I want my bed to be a plush princess paradise, so I got the world's fluffiest comforter, and I also added a bed skirt, which I think makes a huge difference to elevating the space. Since again, I need my underbed for storage, it's pretty ugly seeing little boxes and random shit under my bed, so to cover it with the skirt, perfection, easy peasy. Now let's talk about my most beautiful piece of furniture that I have ever owned, the dresser. It's a 1960s original Kent Coffee Perspecta lowboy dresser. I got this beauty off Facebook Marketplace. It's made of solid walnut and rosewood. The movers were struggling with this dresser. They just simply don't build things like this anymore. The shape of it, the functionality, it's just an absolutely stunning piece. I also got this giant mirror to fit in between the 2 windows. I feel like large mirrors like this can really open up a room. And then I just took my desk and chair from my old room and put it in this corner. I'm not totally settled on leaving this here. I feel like my desk is a little bit of an eyesore, but for right now, that's where it lives. And that was my apartment tour. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe. I will definitely be posting more apartment updates. I love y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.